I'm reading from Genesis chapter 1, verse 1. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. I'll skip over to Genesis chapter 2, verses 2 to 3. By the seventh day, God had finished the work he had been doing. So on the seventh day, he rested from all his work, and God blessed the seventh day and made it holy, because on it he rested from all the work of creating that he had done. For some of you, even the word Sabbath evokes different emotions, even as you hear it, ranging from boredom, I wouldn't know what to do with myself, to panic, I have to keep myself busy, to not interested, what's the point, I don't do much anyway, to stress, I haven't got time for resting. Some of you might even think of the word Sabbath as a delight. You look forward to it and you go, oh yes, I so need a Sabbath rest. Sabbath is something that we've been practicing more intentionally and exploring in recent months, and have found it to be something that we really enjoy and benefit from. We feel more rested, we feel more at peace, and it just feels like we're investing in ourselves so that we can be of more use to other people and to our own family. So what is Sabbath? What does the word actually mean? Well, the word Sabbath means to stop, to cease. Genesis chapter 1, God spent a whole week creating everything. And in chapter 2, he stops on the seventh day after creating the living creatures and the first human beings on day 6. Day 7 at this point is not named Saturday or Sunday, it's just day 7. And God rests from all his work on this day. A heavenly pause for 24 hours. No more creating, just resting and enjoying, looking back on what he had done. It makes me wonder what God did as part of his rest. I don't think he was exhausted like we get, but he definitely took time to stop. He looked back on creation and said, it was very good, after he finished. So God blesses this seventh day and he makes it holy. He makes it holy. This is the first mention of the word holy in the Bible. And it concerns a day. God makes a day holy. Not a person, not a place, not an activity, but a day. He makes it holy. He sets that day apart from all the other days. Holy days is where we get the English word holiday. But Sabbath is not a holiday. Sabbath is completely different. Sabbath is not a day off. A day off from paid work is when you do other things. It's when you go shopping, or it's when you do housework, or it's when you do planning and organising. It's when you do leisure or you do gardening. That's a day off, when you decorate or you go and do the things that you really enjoy. Those things can be great and they are enjoyable and restful, but they're not really considered Sabbath. Sabbath is about stopping, it is about ceasing, it's about rest, and it's about worship. We found during exploring Sabbath that we've had to work hard intentionally on finding out what is rest for us as an individual and as a family, because we're all wired differently, and how we worship as well. For me, that involves turning off my mobile phone, turning off my laptop, and not accessing anything digital for 24 hours. Maybe it's different for you. So why should we practice Sabbath? Well, first off, it's a gift from God. It's something that He gave us, and we should not reject it. It's a gift. Things work better over a 7-day rhythm. 6 days for working, 1 day for resting. Lots of people have tried to do that order differently, and it constantly fails. The third thing is to say that we don't know better than God. He's the creator, He's the sustainer, He's the author of all things, and He's the one that said that we should set apart this 1 day for rest and worship. So what are the benefits of Sabbath? Well, I found that there's increased levels of energy, peace, and there could even be health benefits. I've noticed how well and how much more energy I have after a period of 24 hours of rest. I find that I'm more productive on the days that I am working, having rested on that day. It's kind of like I work out of my rest rather than working all week to rest. The rest gives me the energy, the peace that I need to face the week. And I've also found that there is a closer connection with God and family on Sabbath. So I'm going to share just 5 points, and it's from the word cease, so C-E-A-S-E, and the first C is this, and I'm going to use this to encourage you to think about Sabbath. And the first one is C for cease. Create time and space in your week to rest for a full 24 hours. I don't want you to be religious about this. This needs to be a joy. But please, try it. Try and find time, at least 24 hours, to be completely off work. Maybe you do that already. Full 24 hours. No sneaking a text message, no looking at an email, no nipping into the office. A whole 24 hours without working. E, enjoy the gift God has given you rather than rejecting it, rather than getting all uppity about it. Why not yield to God at this time? Think about what He has given you to enjoy. The outdoors, the peace of a home, a bed to sleep in. We find that on Sabbath we enjoy sleeping more. It's a gift. And the A is either for alone or others. Alone or with others. Do you find that you are more relaxed alone, or do you find that you can rest easier around other people? We're all different. Some of us are introverts, some of us extrovert. Do Sabbath alone or with others. The S is for stop. Stop. Stop all of your regular work tasks. Emails, shopping, cooking even. We often prepare a meal in advance so we don't have to cook. Sometimes I cook on a Sabbath and my wife doesn't. It gives her a break out, and I actually enjoy doing some cooking. That I feel like that's something that really replenishes me. Turn off your phone. Stop looking at emails. Stop looking at Facebook. Stop looking at other social media platforms. Evaluate how you personally connect with God at a deeper level on the Sabbath, either through reading, prayer, worship, silence, or solitude. Find what works for you. Have a go. Find out what it is. Try things. Find out what works for you to help you relax, unwind, and find some replenishment. So there we go. Cease. That's what Sabbath means. I don't know about you, but when we first had children, when we had young children, going away for a 3-day mini break felt like a 2-week holiday. It was so nice to not have the responsibility to go to restaurants on our own and to sleep in without having the responsibility. And so let me encourage you to explore Sabbath. We're going to be looking at what Sabbath is over the next few weeks, and I encourage you to have a go.